have a quick project share to show you. As part of our Paper Stash Smash collab, this month we're trying to use up paper pads that are 6x8, 8x8, that ilk. And so I had some boho sunshine paper along with some ephemera that I only had a couple of pieces. Let me show you what I had. So that's it. I didn't have that many pieces, but I did have an ephemera pack, which was fabulous. And so I decided to make a tag album. So I've made tag albums before. When I've made them in a cover. In this case, I didn't even have that much left over to be able to make a front and back cover. So I sort of made a back harder cover. I actually used the back of the paper pad. You know, it's lightweight, not even chipboard. It's I guess heavy cardstock. I don't know, but it was good enough that I could wrap it with some scrap paper. I'll get to that when we get to that area. So anyhow, it's Boho Sunshine from Simple Stories. It's obviously a boho vibe. So the thing about a tag album is you sort of start small at the top and work your way a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be. It's very loose. I mean, I could have a small tag in the middle here, and it's held together with one of these binder rings, which is fabulous. Now I happen to have this color in my stash. I also have a light green I might go to. It's a smaller size and I can use that. I did put on some photos just so you could see how it works with photos. So I took one of the tags and actually used it. I popped up some of the ephemera on dimensionals and it makes a great front page, so to speak. So it says Smile Big. And you could put a photo on the back there. I just put a piece of ephemera. Then I have a tag. I did stitch around it a couple of times. I glued the hello sentiment down at the bottom and made just a little, it's a little tuck spot with a piece of ephemera in there. So you could put a picture on the back and a picture here. I had some butterflies left over, so I added that. So now here you see a photo. I did put it on some ripped paper that matched with the collection and a couple of pieces of ephemera on one of the tags. And I added some ephemera to the back of there. Here is another one of the cut-aparts. I put it on a piece of sort of coordinating cardstock. It didn't match exactly, but it was close enough. I stitched around the 3x4 cut-apart and added some ephemera on top. And you could put a photo on the back, but I did just add some more ephemera. Here we get into more photos. I made a little envelope. And the way I did this is I cut it down to about, the paper was 6x8, so I cut it down to about 5x7. I scored around 1 inch on the long sides, 2 inch on the bottom, and just cut it to make a little envelope, added some ephemera there, and then had one of the cards. I stitched around that after I edited onto some coordinating paper, and then I added a photo with some ephemera on the back, and that goes nicely in the pocket. Love the cute little ice cream cone, and then added some more photos or another photo to the back with some more ephemera. As we go on, it gets a little more involved, as you can see. So here is another 3x4 cut apart. I only had 4 of them because I didn't have that much left. I added some ephemera. I took a couple of pieces. This was one 6x8 piece that I cut in half to make it 4x6. I scored it a 1/2 inch on each of the left sides and then folded it so it was in half, so it made sort of a little thing that I could add photos to. And here's something you could do with photos. So this is the original photo, and you can enlarge it and cut down the different kids in the photo, and it just makes a fun little tuck spot. I had a little paper clip in my stash that was just an arrow, which of course works for almost everything, especially when you have a bike. So on the back of that, I added another little photo. I just had some scraps of paper. This was a piece of ephemera. I actually had a little coffee cup and tucked it in. Another couple of photos here, layered on some coordinating cardstock, and then I ripped some of the edges, added a couple of the butterflies. This one I cut down to 5x7, and I scored it at 1/2 inch, folded it in and stitched around it. So there was sort of a border, so to speak. There was butterfly paper, which was really pretty inside, but I mean, you could still see the butterflies. And then on the back, added some more, another photo onto some paper, just added some of the leftover ripped pieces from here, added some ephemera, and just made it work. So this last page is on the chipboard, whatever you want to call it. On here, I had a paper clip of flowers, added good vibes, rainbow, peace sign, a photo of the kids running. It's in sort of a tuck spot. If I didn't glue these down, you would be able to get the photo out, but just added some more ephemera to the bottom. And then the back of it, I used this one page. You know, it's one of those full-size sheets you get sometimes. And what do you do with it when you're making an album like this? So I added some ephemera to it, a couple of enamel dots, and just made that as the back piece. So there is my little tag album. So the whole idea of this collab is to inspire you. So I hope this is something you can take from this. And although there's not a tutorial, I mean, you get the idea. You just make tags of different sizes. I mean, some aren't even like a tag-shaped tag. This is just a rectangle, and so is that, and so is that. But just sort of a fun little thing, using up my stash, adding some photos, using the ephemera, and I have nothing left of the ephemera. I have nothing left of the collection. There was only fire starter scrap paper, so that was it. So that's an idea for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me. Have a fabulous day.